Okay everyone, welcome back. And I went ahead and solved this puzzle. There was just a few pieces that I had to keep flipping around. It's basically going to look like that. And the music played for a few seconds and this popped open.
Left pickaxe and lamp with fuel for safekeeping. To open what's closed, lead is the key. Or is it lead is the key?
And also sometimes, I know some people don't like a task list, but I do because it helps you to figure out what you miss.
I'm done with that.
Or what you don't necessarily remember where you left off or what you need to do. So I like having a task list, and especially because when you don't play for a bit and then come back, you're like, where the heck am I? Or what was I doing? Or what do I have left to do? Because you feel like you're missing something. That sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead into the next car and figure out what's there.
Hey, come on over here. Hi, you're that Nancy person. How you doing? John Gray.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I've seen your TV show.
Then I don't have to explain what I'm doing.
Oh, heck no. Why, you're measuring the whoozy whatsism with your trusty gizmometrometer thing.
Right now I'm taking time-lapse electromagnetic readings and recording background noise. This was Camille's private car. If she had something to do with Laurie's disappearance, analyzing these readings may give me a clue as to Laurie's whereabouts.
Are you saying that Camille's ghost kidnapped Laurie?
What to most people are ghosts are actually temporary distortions in local electromagnetic fields caused by the presence of residual psychic energy generated by the person or persons who frequented that particular locale. And that's my working theory, at least.
That's very interesting.
It's all very scientific. But the fact is, Laurie's missing, and I, for one, am doing everything in my power to find her. Vibes I'm getting make me think she could be in serious trouble.
Charlene Purcell thinks Laurie is just playing some kind of joke on us.
Charlene Purcell writes romance novels. End of comment.
What do you think of Tino Balducci?
I kind of feel sorry for the guy. After catching those bank robbers, he can't just be a good cop anymore. He's got to be a great cop. Tough to perform under that kind of pressure.
Is Laurie a friend of yours?
First time I met her was when I boarded this train with all the rest of you. I knew her by reputation, of course, like everyone else who reads the tabloids. It doesn't appear that anyone aboard this train is her friend.
Maybe she doesn't have any friends.
Wouldn't be surprised. Maybe you can be too rich after all.
Well, I'll catch you later.
Take care.
Alright, with that being said, time to explore this room.
The Little Book of Samplers.
Ooh. You know what? Since Nancy can take pictures, I am actually going to take a couple of pictures. Oops.
Sickly Sarah caught a germ so new, it made one of her pretty green eyes turn blue.
Another doll thing. What's this?
This looks like some sort of game.
Ooh.
Shoot!
I hit it. What the heck? Try again.
Darn.
Is this game delaying this? Because I...
Darn.
Oh my god, I hit it. Okay, I think my game is just a wee bit delayed. But I'm gonna keep trying until I get it.
Darn.
If I have to cut some of this out, I will certainly do that until after I solve it or actually get it right. So just bear with me here.
I did it.
Yes! Okay, I didn't need to edit anything. Yay! Cowtown Races. Oh, that's a song that goes like Cowtown Races, doo-da, doo-da. Okay.
Teddy Eberhardt.
By Chromemeister. Thank you for giving the doll we call Teddy Eberhardt a home. Ooh, piano.
Don't do that, please. Those microphones I set up over there are very sensitive. Just about took out my eardrums. You can play that thing when I'm done. I'll let you know when that is, all right?
Okay.
Grr.
Nancy? No, no, no. Don't even think about it.
I like he talks to Nancy at first like she's a cat or something. Like, no, no, no.
Please don't. No, no, no.
That and Nancy.
Please don't.
Is he gonna do it again?
Nancy?
There it is. Okay. Anyway. What is this thing?
It's locked.
Oh, never mind.
Thomasina O'Neill.
Interesting.
Looks like Camille was teaching herself how to play the piano.
That probably explains the piano. So we're probably gonna have to play those keys.
I wonder what's under here, and what the deal is with those weird-looking bowls. Looks like some kind of sewing sampler. I wonder if there's a relationship between those symbols and those numbers.
Oh, there's the square and the duck right there. I'm gonna look right here. All for Ursula.
Hey, Nancy, right?
That's right, Nancy Drew.
Amateur detective, huh? You never thought about becoming a real detective? You know, like me?
You mean become a police detective? No, I never have.
It's a great job, you know. I loved it. You, heard about those bank robberies I solved, right?
Tell me about them.
Baffling case. Two-man team in 17 banks in 3 states in 5 days. FBI had no idea who the perps were. But after forcing their vehicle to a stop, confronting them, despite the fact that they were armed and giving chase, I single-handedly made the call.
Ooh, there's 2 different options. I hear there's a plastic knife from a geriatric place. Let's see what happens with this one.
I heard all they had was a plastic knife from a carry-out chicken place.
You heard wrong. You see, Nancy, when somebody does something really remarkable in this country, the first thing everybody else does is try to tear them down. Reporters, late-night comedians, even some of my fellow officers, all have been spreading vicious lies about me. Why? Because they've never done anything remarkable in their sorry little lives, and they're jealous. Anyway, you should look around in here. Lots of interesting stuff. This was Jake's private car, you know.
I understand that you found something on the floor in the dining car.
Yeah, at first I thought it was an old coin, but it turned out to be some kind of slug.
Where do you think it came from?
Probably been lying there for 100 years. May have served a purpose back then, but now, worthless.
May I see it?
Sure. In fact, here, keep it. Wear it around your neck or something. That way, when people ask you where you got it, you can tell them Tino Balducci gave it to you. The Tino Balducci.
The Tino Balducci.
Oh, thank you.
What else can I do for you?
So, what do you think happened to Lori?
Well, she could have been kidnapped. She could have been tossed off the train. She could be hiding from us. But I obviously won't know which until I've gathered all the facts.
When do you think that will be?
I'll know the facts when I know the facts. The truth can't be rushed, you know.
True.
Have you had a chance to talk to Charlena Purcell?
Now, why would I want to do a thing like that?
What about John Gray?
The ghost guy? Total quack. Only reason I talked to him would be to arrest him for fraud.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Not a problem.
Wonder what Jake used this for. Another gemstone. Looks like an old-fashioned cigar box. Wonder why it's locked. And what does AG mean?
Silver. See, look here. AG means silver.
Camille with Hager Anderson and Chantilly Hildegard.
Why is there so many doll mentions?
JH. For Jake Hurley, obviously. Must be Jake's insignia. Another gemstone. Eliza Sandberger.
Receives a Jake Hurley for the price of $3.73. One chromeister doll with a decorative red ribbon on the 16th day of June, 1880.
An old scale. Strange. It seems to be built into the wall. Those symbols look like the ones I saw in that sampler.
There's one. Yay!
That square in that deck looked very familiar.
Nancy, it's because we saw it on the stove. Let's go through.
Silver. What do all those colors have to do with silver?
Oops. Okay, I'm gonna take a shadow this real quick because we are definitely gonna need this. I think one time before, like in the past when I would play Nancy Drew games, I would use a pen and paper. But I'm just gonna use screenshots and things because that's easier.
Looks like to make this thing, whatever it is, I'm going to need a spyglass, a pickaxe, and a lamp. Citrine, amethyst, zircon, those are all gemstones, I think.
Yep, we just read them too. Okay, let's see. Apologies, Camille. Burst tears at the side of the crack which now traverses continued uninhabited for hours. I told her I'd order another one as soon as we reach Copper Gorge. Could be so upset about something that befell it all, and I accidentally knocked Tina off the shelf and literally, I'm afraid, fractured its tiny skull despite my heartfelt. Did I look at this one? Okay, I did.
Jake said a pickaxe goes here. Jake said a lamp goes here. Jake said a spyglass goes here. According to that diagram I found, those 6 gemstones are supposed to go in these 6 holders. I have no idea which one goes where.
We gotta collect the gemstones first, Nancy.
I wonder what's supposed to go here.
I guess we'll find out.
Looks like I need to enter 8 letters into this thing. The question is, which 8 letters?
Let's solve this. Let's solve this puzzle. Oh, it's one of those puzzles, isn't it? Yep, it is. Okay. I did it. Sweet. Let's see what's inside.
Lori?
We found her.
Oh my gosh! I never thought you'd be the one to find me. No offense. Nadine?
Nancy Drew.
Well, as you can see, I wasn't really spirited away by ghosts or anything. That bookshelf in the dining car, you step on this thing in the floor in there, and it slides open. I practiced disappearing for weeks.
So it was all for her act.
So it was just all for show?
Well, not entirely. See, here's the deal. My dad wound up with this train when he bought out Noram Shipping. They'd been storing it in this old warehouse outside St. Louis for so long that everybody had just forgotten about it. Anyway, after like mass begging on my part, Dad had the train restored to working condition and got me an engineer and track permits and all that other stuff until finally, here we are, on our way to find out what happened to Jake Hurley.
I think you were going to explain why you kidnapped yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, see, I was one of the first people in like 100 years to set foot on this train, okay? Everything was just the way it was when Jake disappeared. Except I also found this. It's a letter that Jake wrote in 1901 to his niece back east. He was real paranoid about claim jumpers, which is why he never told anyone where his mine was. But he was also afraid something would happen to him and no one would ever know where it was. So he wrote this letter to his only living relative, Ruth Kensington. Here, take it.
You want me to have it? Why?
Because you found me. See, in that letter, Jake tells Ruth that everything she needs to figure out where his mine is on this train. He also warns her that his wife's spirit is on the train too, which kind of creeps me out. But the thing is, to find Jake's lost mine, we need the train.
How do you know this Ruth person didn't find the mine decades ago?
Mostly because I found that letter in the wastebasket. It was like she'd gotten so ticked off trying to follow her nutty uncle's clues that she finally said to heck with the whole thing.
So you want me to try to figure out where the mine is?
Uh-huh. As for the other people on board, if you want to show them that letter, go ahead. It's totally up to you. We're going to Copper Gorge because that's where Jake buried Camille, so I figured his mine might be somewhere around there too. But if you think we need to go somewhere else, you just let me know and I'll have the engineer take us there.
How come you didn't try to find the mine yourself?
Yeah.
Maybe I did. Or maybe I just thought letting other people try to find it would be a good excuse to throw a party. I like parties.
How well do you know your guests?
Well, I don't know you or those Harvey guys at all.
Hardy. Frank and Joe Hardy.
Yeah.
Whatever. I didn't know John Gray before this either, but I love his show, and I figured he'd jump at the chance to investigate an honest-to-goodness haunted train, and now that someone has finally found me, I can finally go meet him for real.
What about
What
Tina?
about Tino Balducci?
I met Tino right after he got famous for solving those robberies. Inviting him here for this was a no-brainer. I mean, what an awesome detective. And those piercing eyes of his, you just know his mind's in there going 90 miles an hour.
Those piercing eyes of his. I think Lori has a little crush on Tino.
How well do you know Charlena Purcell?
I just know her from her books, which are so good. In fact, I just started reading her latest one, The Moon Tells No Lies. See, what I'd really like to do is write romance novels. Everybody who knows me says I'd be really good at it. In fact, a while back, I sent Charlena some ideas, just to see what she thought.
And?
She hated them.
Of course she did.
Guess I better get to work.
I'll be waiting.
Okay, so we found Lori. And real quick before I end this, and next video we'll probably explore this room and stuff, let's go ahead and read Jake's letter.
The 3rd of November, 1901, from somewhere in Colorado. Dear Ruth, I know that we've never met, but now that your father, my estranged brother, is gone, you are my only living relative. I am writing to you to tell you about my mine before I, too, depart this earth, and its location is lost forever. I cannot tell you outright where it is, lest this epistle fall into the wrong hands, but with the information which follows, and with my train, which shall be yours upon my death, I promise that you'll be able to find it. First, you will need a map. To obtain it, know that my travels have taken me all over this great country, to towns which can be difficult to find, to Calico, Silverado, and Central City, to Dodge City, Virginia City, and Tombstone. To locate the mine on the map, you'll need my projector. When it comes to placing the stones, you'll need to ask someone who holds a warm place in my heart. I have stored his name accordingly, but to retrieve his name, you'll have to give the dolls an order. This will require looking inside Camille's dancing shoes for the name of their maker, and wearing the shoes as you perform her favorite step on the dance floor. As for my beloved Camille, she has 4 words for you. Words which, when translated into numbers and used in combination, will help power my projector. But alas, she's taken them with her to her grave. So go to Copper Gorge, Colorado, and pay your respects, and let some of her goodness rub off on you. I promised Camille that this train would always be her home. In return, she promised to never leave, and indeed she never has. People say I'm crazy, but I've seen her, and heard her, and feel her presence on the train even today, 20 years after her untimely death. So above all else, my dear niece, let nothing happen to my train. It holds wonderful things. Kindest regards, Jake Hurley.
And on that note, folks, I am going to call it a video. I will see you in the next video, and we will explore more and do some puzzles and stuff like that based off this chick's letter. So stay tuned. Bye.